What forges a warrior's name into a legend feared for centuries? Is it skill, brutality, or something more? Throughout history, certain individuals rose above the battlefield. Their presence alone could turn the tide of a war. They were strategists, rebels, and kings whose will was as unshakable as their resolve. Their stories are not just of conflict, but of immense human spirit. Today, we count down the 10 most feared warriors of all time, whose legends echo through eternity. Let's begin. Number 10. Miyamoto Musashi, Japan's most legendary swordsman, a kensei, or sword saint, who was more artist than brute. He was undefeated in over 60 duels, often facing multiple opponents with his unique two-sword style. His focus was absolute, but his true power lay in his philosophy. His book, The Book of Five Rings, is a masterpiece of strategy that is studied to this day. Musashi teaches us that the ultimate warrior conquers not the enemy, but the self, a fear born from profound discipline. Number 9. Leonidas I of Sparta, a king who embodied the warrior ethos of his people, where surrender was not an option. At the Battle of Thermopylae, he led just 300 Spartans against a colossal Persian army, a stand that would become legendary. His goal wasn't victory, but a sacrifice so profound it would inspire a nation to unite and fight for its freedom. Leonidas represents the terrifying power of a warrior who has no fear of death, fighting for something greater than himself. The courage of these warriors is truly timeless. If you're feeling inspired by their stories, please take a moment to hit that like button. Number 8. Boudica, the Celtic queen of the Iceni tribe, a figure of vengeance and a symbol of rebellion against tyranny. After being brutalized by the Roman Empire, she rallied the tribes and led a devastating uprising, burning Roman cities to the ground. Boudica was feared not just for her ferocity, but for the righteous fury she embodied. She was the wrath of a wronged people. Her rebellion was ultimately crushed, but her name became an immortal symbol of defiance against the mightiest of empires. Number 7. William Wallace, the Scottish knight who rose from obscurity to become the leader of a fight for freedom. He was a master of guerrilla warfare, using his knowledge of the terrain to outsmart and terrify a much larger, better-equipped English army. His victory at the Battle of Stirling Bridge was a tactical masterpiece, proving that passion and ingenuity could defeat overwhelming force. Wallace's true weapon was inspiration. He instilled in his people the belief that freedom was worth dying for. Number 6. Vlad the Impaler, the Prince of Wallachia, whose brutal methods created a legend of terror that lasts to this day. Facing the overwhelming power of the Ottoman Empire, Vlad used psychological warfare as his primary weapon to defend his homeland. His infamous Forest of the Impaled was a horrific message to invaders, a warning that the price of conquest would be unimaginable horror. While his methods were monstrous, they were born of a desperate will to protect his people. He made fear his shield and his sword. The intensity of these stories is undeniable. If you appreciate this deep dive into history, show your support with a quick like on the video. Number 5. Tomoe Gozen, an Onna Musha, a female warrior of feudal Japan, whose skill and ferocity were legendary. She was described as a warrior worth 1,000, an expert archer, and a swordsman who was a match for any demon or god. In an era dominated by men, she didn't just compete, she excelled, becoming one of her lord's most trusted and feared commanders. Tomoe Gozen is a powerful reminder that the warrior spirit has no gender and true strength defies all expectations. Number 4. Spartacus, the gladiator who broke his chains and dared to challenge the Roman Republic itself. He turned an army of escaped slaves into a disciplined fighting force that defeated multiple Roman legions. What Rome feared most was not the man, but the idea he represented, that even the most oppressed could rise up and fight for dignity. His rebellion ultimately failed, but the name Spartacus became an eternal symbol of the fight for freedom against impossible odds. Number 3. Attila the Hun. Known to the Romans as Flagellum Dei, the Scourge of God, a name that promised devastation. He united the nomadic tribes and forged an unstoppable empire of horsemen that terrorized Europe and threatened Rome itself. Attila was a force of nature. His enemies believed he was a divine punishment, an elemental force they could not hope to defeat. His empire vanished after his death, but his legacy as one of history's most feared conquerors is eternal. We are now at the top 2, the legends who shaped the world. Before we reveal them, please tap the like button to help share these amazing stories. Number 2. Alexander the Great, the prodigy king of Macedon, who was a student of Aristotle and a master of war. He never lost a single battle. His strategic genius was so profound that his tactics are still studied in military academies today. By the age of 30, he had created one of the largest empires of the ancient world, stretching from Greece to northwestern India. Alexander wasn't just feared for his army, he was feared for his unstoppable will and a divine-like ambition to conquer everything. And at number 1, Genghis Khan. The man who rose from a childhood of slavery to forge the largest contiguous land empire in history. He united the warring Mongol tribes through sheer force of will, creating a disciplined, meritocratic, and utterly ruthless army. His mounted archers were the most feared military unit of their time. They moved like the wind and struck like lightning. Empires that resisted him were annihilated. His name was a synonym for conquest on a scale the world had never seen and has never